What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh yeah, guys. So, we set up a crazy Magnesio farm in the last episode using 2 imaginary time blocks. We are taking the Magnesio essence that we are collecting and we are turning it into Temperio using this tier 3 crafter. Things are going fantastically. It's been going overnight. Currently, we have 30,000 Temperio essence. Yes, and we were just collecting like one, I think we said about every 5 seconds is about what we were seeing on average. Might be a little bit less, might be a little bit more, but anyway, we have 30,000 of those, which is fantastic. So that's going to allow us to make our Demon Steel of the 8th magnitude. Let's put that one back. I started crafting these up earlier. That's why there's a bunch of like little pieces in there, but yeah, we can definitely make all this stuff now. The problem is, when we craft up all of this, we still have to take this Temperio essence and run it through the infuser, the metallurgic infuser. I was going to say metallic infuser. The metallurgic infuser. So these are still the base machines, right? These are just the very base tier, can do one item at a time. We do have them fully upgraded, but yeah. I was looking through Mechanism here, and I know you can upgrade machines to factories, but then I discovered there are these tier installers. I assume this is a thing you just right-click on a machine and it upgrades it to the next tier. If that's not the case, I do have a bunch of these different parts laid out so we can upgrade these to the factories, but since I discovered those, let's go ahead and take a look and see if this does in fact work, because I honestly don't know. So let's grab a few planks here. That should be fine. All right, so let's do a basic tier installer. So that should turn one of these into like a basic factory, right? If I right click it? Oh, it does. Okay, that's exactly what it does. Okay, so now instead of doing one at a time, this is the one at a time interface. We can do 3 at a time. That's pretty awesome. Let me go ahead and grab some of these and we will put these down the line because I assume these are all going to work now. So we'll do an advanced tier. So now we can do 5 at a time. And then the final tier for these is the elite tier. And yeah, you can see that is quite a significant difference. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of each one. So let's do, I would shift click that, but I want to make sure we don't do too many of these. All right, so there's that. Do I have auto refill on? I assume auto refill will work with these. It does. Cool. So I can just come through here and click all these guys. There we go. All right. So that is what the infusing factory looks like. And that is what the compressing factory looks like. The osmium compressor. All right. So let's go ahead and make 6 more of these other ones. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll put that right here. Okay, so that's the advanced compressing factory. It looks about the same, except we have 5 slots, and we've already seen the infusing and the enriching. All right, so that's what that looks like. And then finally, we need 6 more of these things. Cool. So then we can do that on all these machines. Cool. So that's what they're looking like. I don't know why it's not getting power. I'm not sure what's going on. It still requires the same amount of upgrades. Things I don't know is now that I've upgraded these to the factories, do I have to reconfigure? No, it looks like everything's the same. So I don't know why it's not getting more power right now. Let's go ahead and try crafting something. So what, you know what? Demon Steel, right? Demon Steel. So if I tell it to craft up, how about 400 Demon Steel the first? What happens here? Nothing. They're broken. Well, no, it's got the stuff here. So why is that not processing? Redstone disabled. Do I have to break and replace this machine? Energy, looks like we're accepting it from all sides. Gases is fine. Auto sort. I'm actually kind of confused on why this is not working. Let me go ahead and grab a wrench here and just see if the connections look right on there. I mean, that looks fine. On the back, that looks fine. Let's switch it so we can see all the different conduits. Yeah, we have power and everything. So why is that not working? I don't know. Next thing I'd like to try is to break and replace this. Let's cancel that craft. I will grab the Temperio out of here. I'm noticing that doesn't have, oh, you know what? That's probably what it is. It doesn't have this special item. Okay, so let me break and replace, and hopefully it just fills up automatically. Yeah, okay, so that's the problem. The Ender IO conduits didn't know to keep adding stuff here, I guess, so we're gonna have to break and replace those. So why that's not filling up now, I still don't know. So we want auto sort on, that way it will do multiple at a time. Yeah, that's gonna craft these things up way faster. Okay, so it is not pulling out the resulting item. Yeah, that's a problem. So I think we have to break and replace all of these. I was hoping we could avoid doing that, but it doesn't look like we will be able to. So let me just go ahead and do that now. Break that one. I think we did not break this one. Anyway, I'll just break all of these just to make double sure. And then I guess we also have to do that to this machine too. Okay. So it is currently crafting those auto sort on. All right. I don't know if when I broke that, if I deleted all the items that were in the resulting slot here, it doesn't look like, I don't know. Maybe I didn't, maybe I did. Let's put all that stuff back. So we want auto sort in all of these machines. Let's go and do that first of all. On. Okay. So why these ones? Well, hold on a second. Why is that getting redstone? That's getting redstone. Okay, I'm really confused on what's going on here. Let me take a moment, try and get things figured out why this is happening. This should not be getting redstone on all of these. This should be getting like obsidian or whatever. Let me figure that out. We'll be right back. All right, so I figured it out. The reason that those were not working the way they should is I didn't have filters set on the back of these machines. Yeah, we had these filled up with the compressed obsidian as it's just extracting out of this ME interface, which contains all of those different compressed things, but I wasn't filtering this red channel. Yeah, I was just assuming that this one would always have diamond because it had diamond in it to begin with. Anyway, I put filters in each one of these to specifically say compressed obsidian in this one. We want the compressed diamond in that one, and we want the compressed redstone in this one, and now everything is working correctly. So now let's do demon steel. We'll do like 400 of these. So everything should work a little bit better. So this is now doing all of the demon steel. Yeah, this looks a lot better now. As it's running out of diamonds, this factory turns back on and makes a whole lot more of these compressed diamonds. Yep, so that's working correctly. Yeah, and then this is keeping stocked. This is keeping full. Yeah, that works a lot better. So we can make the demon steel a heck of a lot faster now, which is awesome. Yeah, all of the upgrades are in here that we need. Yep. So now we should be able to make our demon steel of the 8th magnitude a lot quicker. So I'll go ahead and let this thing run out. We'll figure out where we are right now, and then we'll tell the system to make that demon steel of the 8th magnitude. So it does kind of look like we aren't keeping up with the compressed diamonds here, does it? Maybe we should... The way this is set up right now is... this guy down here, let me go and break this. This interface right here is only keeping stock a stack of these compressed items. So when that stack runs out, there is no buffer to pull from. I almost wonder if we should have like a chest or something where we keep, 27 stacks on hand. So when we need a large number of these things, it can always make them. Yeah, I wish there was a way we could make this. I wish there's a way we could make this even faster, but there is no way. That is like the maximum speed here. So I guess that the infusing factory goes faster than the enriching factory. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look here. If we go to demon steel of the 8th magnitude, once again, if we tell it to make this, we need to craft up 834 more of the demon steel of the 1st magnitude. Let's go ahead and just get that craft going here. So yeah, we're gonna be crafting up a whole lot of the diamond stuff. Actually, this should be canceled right here, I think. Let's cancel that. All right, anyway, whoops, wrong button. This button, this button. So yes, we are crafting up a whole lot of the demon steel of the 1st magnitude. Looks like we gotta do about 600 more of those things. Okay, well, let's wait for that to finish up, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I just pre-crafted up a lot of these compressed items. I was just thinking about it. Yeah, so if we just have a bunch of these already made in the system, it's not going to be a big deal. I probably could set up some storage drawers that contain these items and have an export bus set to craft to always keep those full, like 2048 or whatever the default is for the storage drawers. So that might be a thing that we set up. So over here, I did realize that these machines we could also upgrade to a factory, although after upgrading them and like doing a test run of some mercury, let's do this. Mercury, let's make, how about 100 ingots? That sounds fine. Yeah, after upgrading those and letting these all run, unfortunately, we're still bottlenecked by how slow like our chemical crystallizer and our chemical washer and our chemical dissolution chamber run. So these machines only run at 1 speed, which is enough to provide each one of these machines 1 crystal and then shard and so on and so forth. So I guess if we set up, you know, an additional 6 of these machines to process different ores, we could put those somewhere and then just have like the resulting stuff go into these machines here and process them all at the same time, which would be nice. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'd have to set up a large amount of these machines over here in order to do that. I don't know if we really want to do that. There's only specific ores that I care about that I want the maximum value from, like mercury or I guess blue gems, but those don't even go into this particular setup. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out, that you can upgrade those, and I guess if you get more of the other machines, you can do some stuff. But anyway, let's get back to this. We're trying to make the Philosopher's Stone for like the last 3 episodes. We have 2 demon steel of the 8th magnitude now, finally. So now we can make this guy. So that's pretty awesome. This is a pretty important step in this mod pack. So that's an alchemist's best friend. Okay, so press none to open crafting grid. I think there's a, whoop. I think that might be one of the first times I ever hit the Windows key and stopped the recording. Anyway, so yeah, I think there's a way that you can charge this thing up and transmute items in the world. But anyway, that's not something we really care that much about. Let's go to our quest for that particular thing. Is that Kappa? That is Kappa. What we care about is that we've unlocked this particular item. So let's claim the rewards for this thing. Half a heart, a chance cube, compact giant, and a regular one. Oh no, this is a choice reward. Let's do a compact giant, I guess. Claim it. Okay. So next step in our Kappa quest is fuel for days. So this wants us to make an Aeternalis fuel box. However you do that. So one of these requires 9 of these fuel, which requires 4 per. All right, and then this, and then this. So it starts with coal plus this to make an alchemical coal. All right, so 4 coal makes one of those. All right, I think this is gonna be a time where we set up auto crafting, right? I mean, this sounds like an auto craft that we really want to do here. All right, so coal turns into this. Let's make a recipe. We'll make, can we not craft that? Oh, you know what? This is not in the system, so it won't allow me to craft it. Now it will. Okay. So there is one of those. We'll put that back in the system. So we will continue down the line here. So 4 of those is going to equal one of these. Craft that. Cool. We'll put that back in the system. Let us go ahead and make a spot in here for some of these items. Oh goodness, I don't know. I think we might end up removing these, or we might just keep them in there. I don't know, because if we ever want like a specific one of these essence, we'll probably just tell the system to craft it. But right now, like, we're auto crafting everything into the Temperio, not even with applied energistics. So I don't know. We'll just go and throw these right in here. I'm just gonna assume we'll probably remove these later, or at least remove all the additional ones that we added in there to make multiple crafts at once. Okay, so we just made the Mobius fuel. Let's tell the system to make like 4 of those. Okay, so there's a Mobius fuel. All right, and we can make a craft here for the Aeternalis fuel, or Aeternalis, or however you say that. I don't know. Anyway, so there's a craft for this one. Can we do, oh, we can't do that Project E. I was gonna try and just get down here to these other ones. All right, so there's that. Cool, so now we can do, we just search for fuel. We need 9 of these, I believe, right? Let's craft that up. I don't know if we're gonna need these blocks for anything in the future. What is it doing right now? It's just doing a lot of crafting. It's just kind of slow because we only have 1 Philosopher's Stone, so we can only do 1 craft at once. Let's take a look back here. This is a retrieval task. So we don't actually need to craft it, or we can just auto craft it or whatever. How are we doing here? It's still, oh, it is. Okay, here we go. I think I'll just go ahead and make a recipe for this anyway. So fuel, there we go. That's an easier way to do it. All right, block, next, craft it. There it is. So that should complete the quest. It was just a retrieval task. There it is. All right, so we will claim a chance icosahedron, I guess. That's fine. Okay, so that has unlocked a few different items here. Let's see, where do we go? Those aren't super important. I don't think the dark matter is very important, or the destruction catalyst. What is important, though, is these alchemical chests, which is going to unlock these items over here. The transmutation table is pretty important as well. I think this might be still a little too expensive. Let's go ahead and take a look at this recipe just to see where we're at. Okay, so the table itself requires compressed Gaia blocks. We can do that, no problem. We'll just have to spawn in a bunch of the Guardians of Gaia and cheese it like we've done. Red matter blocks. How do we make red matter? So red matter is made from red matter. Red matter, these little orbs are made from pure nether quartz. That's fine. These fuel blocks, we just auto-crafted that. That's fine. And then these dark matter. So the dark matter is from plutonium. Aha, okay. Right. Okay, so these fuels, yeah, we know how to make that. Plutonium is going to be an issue. Plutonium is going to be an issue. We have 48 of those, which will allow us to make a few of these blocks. I don't know, is that going to be enough for what we need here? Let's go back. So each one of these red matters requires a plutonium. So that is, we're going to need 16 blocks of the plutonium. We don't have that. Okay, so that's a problem. Ultimate furnace, we've seen how to craft these before. This will be rather simple since we have all this temperio, but it does require all these other different types of essences. All right, so that's not that big of a deal, but it's just something to be aware of. We need an infinity star neutronium compressor with 40,626 nether stars to make this. Okay, so we're gonna need a neutronium compressor, 128 to the third spatial component. A lot of this other stuff is fine. These runes, okay, demon steel the 8th. Okay, so there's 2 more of those. Red gem wafers, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Unstable, stable ingot, we have that under control. Infinity catalyst, this is another crazy craft. To make one of these, all you gotta look is this internal singularity, which is a singularity of all of these different types. So we're gonna have to set up something to make all of those. Each one of these singularities requires a certain amount of blocks of that type to make one of these, right? So 43,776 blocks of Enderium to make an Enderium singularity. Yeah, you guys get the idea. It's gonna be quite expensive. Dark steel, Invar, ruby, my goodness, charcoal singularities. There's all sorts of crazy things. So all of these things are, I believe every single one of these, well, maybe not this one. I was gonna say, I believe every single one of those are things that we are making from our magical crafts, but this is definitely not one of those things. So we'll have to figure out how to get all this stuff. So anyway, you can see right now that we're kind of stuck. We're not gonna really be able to do this because I'm not gonna craft up like 80,000 flux electrum blocks right now. ME controller, okay, so Transmutation Tablet, our table itself, is a little out of our reach at the moment. We will be approaching that soon, but we can't quite do that. So let's move on. Alchemical Chest. So the Alchemical Chest is capable of storing 104 stacks of items compared to the double wooden chest, 72 stacks. So this, I guess, is just a larger storage chest, which is fine. So let's take a look at how to craft one of those. Alchemical Chest is made with a spirit binder, an obsidian chest, magnesium ingots. How do we get magnesium from Saturn? Have we been to Saturn? We've been to Saturn, haven't we? Let me take a look. Oh yeah, we have magnesium. Okay, that's not a big deal. I was kind of thinking we'd have to go to a new planet for this, but no, we have the fuel blocks now. We can make the spirit binder. We have the magnesium, and then we need these coalescence dust, which is charcoal plus cobblestone equals the green. Iron plus redstone equals the blue. Or I guess that's teal. And then diamond plus coal equals the blue stuff. Okay, so that's not bad. Are those used in a recipe? Yeah, so I should probably set up an auto craft for that. We're gonna need at least 2 alchemical chests to make this infinity chest. Was there other stuff here? There is buns that are kind of hidden. Yeah, so we're gonna need that. Okay, I'm gonna set up auto craft to make these alchemical chests then. Those are also used if we want to make these alchemical bags, which we got from a reward not too long ago. Anyway, it's a little bit of pattern creating time. Let me create them and we'll be back. All right, so there we go. The alchemical chest is now created. Alchemical chest. So this was just another retrieval task. So just having it in our inventory should complete our quest. All right. So alchemical chest will give us a loot chest. Go and claim that. So that has unlocked these alchemical bags. This is just a retrieval task. So we can get a alchemical bag out of our system here. It doesn't matter which one, I don't think, unless it has to be the white one, but I think it's any of them. Maybe it has to be the white one. That's a light gray. So I think I saw that you can change this back to white. Do you have to dye it, or was it? Okay, so there's white. Is that gonna work? There it is. Okay. So we just dyed one of our already existing ones to white to complete that quest. So back here we will, okay, you know what, we should read this real quick. It says the bags seem to be bound to some metaphysical network, as all bags of the same color seem to contain the same items regardless of if the bag was yours or your neighbor's. So what that means is if you have a white one and you fill it all full of stuff and you die with it, it gets lost, you queue it into the void. If you make another white bag, all your stuff is still there. So it's like an ender chest, which is pretty awesome, but it's got like a large inventory, which is pretty cool. Says the bag also seems to activate items the same way the chest does. I don't know what that means. I'm not really sure what that means, but anyway, we'll go ahead and claim a loot chest. All right, so our next one is energy condensed. It says this first build converts items into EMC one at a time. When enough EMC amasses, the target item is created and placed in the chest. So this is our first step into EMC. So this is awesome. Energy condenser. All right. So let's go ahead. Oh, quest updated. Let's open these loot chests real quick. So we get cat ears and thick eyebrows, and we get some salt ore. Yep. Very salty about that. All right, we'll put all these things away. So it was called an energy condenser. Energy condenser MK1, not the MK2. Okay, so another extreme crafting recipe here. This does require an item fabricator, a bunch of the PRC LX500 logic expansion cards. Looks like 10 of those. Let's start telling the system to craft those up. PRC LX500. We need 10. Looks like we have everything. Go ahead and start crafting that, please. That was really easy. We need jade blocks. We don't have, how many jade blocks do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. All right, so let's do 10 of those as well. 7, 8, 9, 10. I was counting by my clicking, but the clicking wasn't going with my counting, unfortunately. Okay, so we needed frozen cores. I'm not sure if we have those. We might have to look that up. Ender crystal, we need 4 of those. Ender crystal, we have 3. Can we make 1 more? Certainly looks like we can, but I think that requires us to get the Enderman out of the spawner, which is going to take just a second for that to happen, I think. Unless something else is happening here. Yeah, it's crafting that by putting 1 soul vial in there. It's capturing the mob. That should go back into the system and then craft everything else. Unless something is broken over there. We'll have to check that out here in a moment. That's fine. Let's move on to something else here. We need 6 mithril large plates. We're going to need dark matter, and then we're going to need red matter. Also, we need cobalt, and then these Mobius unstable ingots. Yeah, something I think is broken over there. I'll take a look at that. Mobius, we needed, was it 4? I think it might have been 4, but we already have those. Those are easy part of this craft. I guess we should start laying this out here. So the Mobius go in the corners, right? Then we have to do jade. Then like, whoop, not like that, like this, and like, whoa, geez, mouse. like that and that. These, I think, were down here and here. Nope, they go down one more block. We're making like a square in the very center kind of a thing. All right. So now, yeah, so we need these guys. We need those alchemical chests, which we can go ahead and craft up. Those aren't that big of a deal. Although they do take a little bit of time to craft, but we have everything in the system, so it's not that big of a deal. It's just a lot of like crafting for the coal and all those bits and pieces. Although I guess this does take a little bit of the Gaia spirit, but we'll craft those up and get those done. So let's go take a look real quick and see what's happening over here with this. This should be working because I know we set these up before to work. Powered spawner, Enderman. I don't see the thing in here. So is this still trying to craft that, or did we get it already? Oh, it looks like it finished. Ender crystal. All right. I guess it just is a lot slower than I thought it was, or maybe something was blocking it from crafting. Not really sure. All right, well, let me go ahead and start getting a little bit more of this stuff together. Molten mana infused metal. We have plenty of that. We have a cow in the last millennium, right? That's making this stuff, so we can make that all day long, or just smelt some of the blocks that we already have into these plates. Yeah, we'll have to look at this dark matter. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks of the plutonium. We do have cyanite, which we need to reprocess. So we'll probably have to hook up the cyanite reprocessor and start getting this stuff reprocessing. I'll go ahead and get that going, and we'll be back, guys. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I installed our cyanite reprocessor down here. So we're just exporting the cyanite into our cyanite reprocessor. We just have the ME import bus right here, pulling the stuff back out. We have a tesseract and infinite water providing the power and energy through that one side. So everything is just happening automatically. Nothing too interesting about it. So I've been letting that run for a little while now. We have 10 blocks of plutonium. And if we go back to the recipe for our energy condenser, we needed 10 dark matter, right? Well, each one of these dark matter does require a block of plutonium, but also I just realized the red matter requires 3 dark matter. So we need an additional 12. So we need, I think, what, 24 blocks of plutonium? Anyway, so that's been going for a little while now. Plutonium. So we have 62 more ingots. That gives us 17. That's still not enough. So we're going to have to let that go for even longer. But I was also kind of poking around in the book here. Dark matter. It wants us to go and craft one of those for this particular quest. So let's do that. We'll do dark matter right here. So that requires the Aeternalis fuel. So we need, I think it was 8 of those. So we'll get those crafting up. Go ahead and do that. So while that's crafting up, we should probably make a recipe for this stuff, I would imagine. Let me search for AETER, this stuff. And we'll just make a pattern for that so we can craft those automatically in the future. All right, so there is a pattern for that, and we'll throw this down here with a lot of our Project E stuff now. Yeah, right there is fine. Okay, cool. So now whenever we need dark matter, we can craft those automatically in the system. So how are we doing now on that crafting job? Looks like that is complete, so we should be able to make our first piece of dark matter. All that matters. Okay, so dark matter quest complete. We will do, well, it's just chance cube, so it doesn't really matter which one we do. So then we need a red matter. So now we need a few more of those blocks. So we will do, or I mean, a few more of those dark matters. Let's tell the system to make 2 more dark matter. Gotta think about it for just a little bit. And then I guess we were searching for a red matter, right? These, yeah, the red matter. So we need pure nether quartz, the fuel blocks, all of this kind of stuff. So while it's crafting that other stuff in the background, we can just make our pattern for this. So again, we need to search for the fuel block here and here. There we go. And we can make a pattern for that. Cool. All right. So now we got a lot of patterns going on. I didn't see if that was a retrieval task or a crafting task, but all these other previous ones have been retrieval tasks. I can only assume this one is too. Yeah. So it says retrieval on that. It is still crafting things up in here. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, unless we make more of these Philosopher stones, this is going to be the speed. for crafting in our ME system here. Right, so red matter, we should be able to craft that up quite quickly, I think. We have that available. Oh no, it's got to craft a little bit more because it has to make that fuel block, doesn't it? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Okay, well, yeah, so it uses what, 1200 coal, 1100 coal, something like that. And then it's just got to craft all of these different components. My goodness. So eventually, I know this seems really slow, and it seems like it's going to take forever to get all these things going that we need to do in the future. But yeah, all of these items from Project D contain EMC. As soon as we're able to make the energy condenser, we can start duplicating those items out of other items like nether stars or whatever else, and this is going to go a lot faster. So let's go ahead, we'll take one more break, we'll wait until we are able to get all these different components made. We'll make our energy condenser, we'll take a look at that, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so we got the stuff made here, but we also need these frozen cores, so that is one of the few things that we're missing. I believe we get frozen cores by killing snowmen, so I have added looting and reaper to our draconic staff of power. We already had reaper in the system, so I put it on there. Looting, yeah, they cost like 40 something levels or whatever to create, but anyway, let's go ahead and make a bunch of snowmen here. I don't know why they're attacking each other, but that's a thing that they're doing. Let's just kill them all. Okay, so did we get... Oh, we got exactly 6 frozen cores. How lucky. Okay, so let's vein mine, punch the snow, get that out of here. We got a bunch of these spirits. Those guys will go away. Not really sure why they were fighting each other. Do snowmen normally fight each other? I don't know. Anyway, so we got stuff that we needed here. Let's go ahead and add the frozen cores. I believe it was along here and here. Okay, so now we needed the dark matter. We should have 10 of those. And then the red matter. All this stuff away. Red matter. Got 4 of those. We should get the quest complete for the red matter now, I believe. There it is. Cool. All right, so now we needed, I think it was this, and then something along these lines. I should probably take a look at the recipe. That does not look right. No, that is right. Nope, that is right. So put this one, that one, and this one. Cool. All right, so that is everything we needed for the energy condenser MK1 before we complete that quest. Let's go ahead and claim this, I guess, since we're already on it. This is just a retrieval task. Okay, get that off my bar. I don't want to accidentally place it. Let's go and craft this thing. And there we go. Energy condensed. Let's place it down, take a look at it. So that's what this thing looks like. I believe you put the target item you want to craft here, and then you can fill the inventory full of other things that are EMC. So let's make, I don't know, for instance, plutonium. These things. I mean, that's not like super crazy expensive, but we'll go and do that. Star. Let's grab a few of our nether star stacks. So we'll place this here. That is our target item, and then we'll place our nether stars in there. It'll start taking the EMC from the nether stars and crafting blocks of equivalent value out of them. So now we're able to duplicate, well, not technically duplicate, but we're able to transmute energy from one type of item to another type of item. Now this is really, really good. This is gonna help us out a lot. So for instance, like plutonium, we were having to wait on that. We don't have to wait on that anymore. These energy condensers do have EMC. It costs 2.5 million per. So if we make a second one of these, we can put this here and make a whole lot of these energy condensers. It's gonna make a lot of sense. So a thing that I would like to do at this point in time, this might be something I do off camera, but you saw how we use the nether stars to make stuff here, right? Even though it says this bar is full, like the bar kind of goes off the screen. It doesn't really show you how much power you put in there. So the equivalent of whatever the 3 stacks and nether stars have put in here is how much plutonium it's gonna make. But anyway, what I'd like to do is get our nether stars going faster. So that means putting them near the time blocks or make more imaginary time blocks specifically for the stars and get more star plants going. So I might make a few more of the awakened draconium. We have 17 blocks, so we can do 17 more plants. But I might go fight some more dragons, get some more of the hearts, make some more of these blocks. In fact, oh no, I was gonna say, in fact, we could duplicate these, but no, you can't. These don't have EMC, so I will have to go do it that way. All right, so that is the equivalent of 3 stacks worth of nether stars of plutonium. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? I think it is. It's going to make our lives a lot easier for these things that require a lot of these crafts, or a lot of these items that take forever to craft, I should say. Guys, we're going to wrap the episode up here for today. First steps into Project D, first steps into getting EMC going. It's pretty awesome. There is an upgraded version of that chest which will make items really fast. This one makes them kind of fast, but you saw it was kind of slow. Yeah, if we get the MK2 version, it like pretty much instantly converts from one type of EMC into the item that you're trying to craft, but it is more expensive. We'll have to look at that next time. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.